This is Cheyenne Valentine, back today again with a new episode. Just want to say you might hear some talking in the background because I'm outside enjoying the weather, so I'm going to talk loud. So this video, I think I'm going to name it, let me think, let me walk down here because these people are loud. I think I'm going to name this video, There's No Benefit for Women Dating Average Looking Men or Broke Men, because the result is going to be the same. So there's no benefit. I think I'm naming something like that. So anyway, what am I trying to say here? So I was watching, basically, for women. If you notice men, and some men are upset about this, some women, a lot of women after probably around 30, and some women do this before 30, but around the 30-year mark in the 30s, and even in maybe their late 20s, they start only wanting two types of men. This is not every woman, okay? But this is a woman who is at least halfway decent looking. She goes after, depending on her experiences and things like that, like I said, once she hit like the 30s, she goes after either men who are really handsome, I'm talking about like model looking, or she go after ugly rich dudes. And the dudes that are in the middle, that's average. And when I say average, the guy's handsome, he's cute, but he's not a knockout. He decent looking, and he has, average money. He's not, rich. He works a regular 9 to 5. Now, the reason why that guy in the middle doesn't really get picked, because dealing with him is going to be the same result as dealing with the ugly rich dude or the really handsome dude or the model like dude. And the model like dude who's broke. Let me get that clear. I ain't talking women go out there, because women have figured out by a certain age that you're not going to get everything in one dude. So each dude's gonna have something different. So that's why she breaks it off into either the ugly rich dude, because if he's ugly, he's more willing to spend his money, and he has money. It's no point of, women don't mess around with broke ugly dudes, and if they do, that something's not right with them mentally. Women only go at the ugly rich dudes because you're gonna have to give her something, an incentive for her to even want to look at you. Okay, and she want, if she want to get a good lifestyle, she knows the ugly dude is more willing to do, especially since she has to look better than him, though, a lot better than him for this to work. Or the women to branch off, if they just need sex and just want some passionate sex with somebody want to rip their clothes off, they'll go after the really handsome guy, who's probably going to be broke, because most really handsome men don't have money like that, because they use their looks, and they just usually don't have a lot of money like that. I guess because women was always a distraction and stuff like that. So the real model, the real tall, muscular looking men with a handsome face, they usually don't have no money. And if they do, they a really big hoe. But they usually don't have any money, so she like, okay, I just use him for sex and for fun. The reason why, so what does all three of these men have in common? What do I mean by it's going to be the same result? So the really handsome guy that's broke, the average looking dude with, a decent amount of money, but just average money, and the butt ugly wealthy man. What do they all have in common? You know what they all have in common? They all are capable of cheating. They all are a man. No matter what category, they're still a man. They have a certain mentality. And women, by a certain age, figure out how men are. And most women initially are into looks and loyalty. Repeat this again. When they're younger, it's all about the cute guy and him liking her and her falling in love. Once she's gotten her heart broken 100 times, she's figuring out that she can't get everything she wants in one guy, and the man that she finds really attractive, he's probably going to be a playboy. So then she has to change up her strategy. Men think women just want to be gold diggers. That is not initially. I haven't met now one woman, like if you ask a little girl, like 5 or 6 years old, what she look, why she likes this boy or whatever, maybe even 10 or 11, like a kid, just ask a kid, she got a crush on a guy, why she likes him. It's always because he's cute. She never say, well, he bought me some potato chips and he buys me stuff. It's usually, oh, he's cute. He's cute. Okay, that's a human nature. You go after somebody who's physically appealing to the eyes. Okay, so women have figured out that pretty much, most men, all men are the same. They have a very high sex drive, and a lot of them are going to be cheated. So women are more emotional. They don't like getting it, they like giving their heart and emotions to the person they're with. Once they decided, I'm not going to keep giving my heart to these different men, and And let me tell you something. I have met men who told me, I've told them I have a boyfriend that say, well, your boyfriend's cheating on you. Don't even know my boyfriend. They say, get over it. All men are the same. He's cheating on you, and smiling like it's funny to get me to talk to them. I think that's very evil to do that to somebody. But you know what? Fine. If that's what, since all men cheat, that's fine. So guess what? Well, women think if all men cheat. So let me go over this again. The really handsome man that's broke, the average looking dude with the average money, and the filthy rich dude that's ugly, it should make sense now why the women go after the two on the end and not the dude in the middle. Because if she go out with the dude in the middle, okay, what is the point? Okay, he has average money, so he can't change her lifestyle. He has average looks. She can find men that look better than him that she wants to fuck. And remind you, when she's in this mindset, she's not looking for nothing serious. She's just looking for the pretty boy who she wants to just have hot, sweaty sex with, because she know the pretty boy. This is how I look at pretty boys and handsome men. I look at them as people look at porn stars and strippers. They for everybody. And you know, they don't have no loyalty to nobody because they know people want them. So I don't take those individuals seriously. They should be only used for sex and a good fucking time. Use protection, ladies. That and be on birth control, whatever you gotta do. Don't get pregnant by this motherfucker. That's the only thing he should be used for. So women feel like if I'm going, and another thing, like I said, women figured out the only thing men want is sex. Only thing they want is sex, and they're very likely to cheat. So since all these men want sex from her, she has to now make a conscious decision. Well, who am I gonna choose? Who am I gonna go after? I'm not probably gonna get the relationship that I want. I'm not gonna get it all in one guy. I'm not gonna find this perfect man because there's not a perfect person. This world isn't perfect. So what is my goal? So at that point, she's gonna go after the really handsome, pretty boy, and she's gonna straight come to him for sex. Be like, yeah, let's have sex. You fine. And he gonna, you know, because he in her mind is nothing but like a prostitute without having to pay him. But he kind of represents the street. Yeah, like I said, really handsome men, muscular and tall with a handsome face. They're in the category you put as a stripper and a porn star. I mean, they for everybody. So you don't take that individual serious. And now the ugly rich dude, the reason why they got the ugly rich dude is because he can change their lifestyle. He can buy them a new car, a Maserati. He can put them up and buy them a house. He can bankroll their lifestyle. And you might say, well, why go after the ugly rich dude? Why not after the average looking rich dude? The woman will take the average looking rich dude. If he's average looking, that's better than ugly, right? But most average men probably don't have, they're not wealthy. It seems like it's the men who are the most unattractive, usually the wealthiest ones. That's not always the case, but you know, and they more willing to spend. Then too, when they're ugly, they're more willing to spend the money they got. Nobody want them. So when nobody wants this person, they have more money they can spend on you, and they're more willing to spend it. So that's why women do that. When women are in that mode, they're going after sex and money. That's all. Now that's what their mind is on, because so back in the day, the woman dated the really handsome guy. He treated her like shit. He fucked around everybody. Even if and make no mistake, most really handsome men get into relationships with really pretty women, but they still treat her like they would treat an unattractive woman. They still treat her bad because he has other options and he feels like he can do what the fuck he want to do. He don't respect her because he feels other women want him. So back in the day, the women went after the really handsome guy, but the problem is they weren't just going after him for sex. They was going after him for a relationship. That's a mistake. Do not go after a really handsome guy for a relationship unless he really is putting forth the effort and he's really showing you. You only put as much effort into it as he is. If he's not putting any effort and I want to take you on dates and all that, he's full of shit. He's just trying to get laid. Now, if you want to sleep with him and use him just for that, that's perfectly fine. But don't get your heart attached. He's only to be used for sex. So she dated the pretty boy, treated her like shit. She dated the average guy. She went down a little bit in looks, the average money. He treated her a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? But with him, he still is a cheater. Even though he's average looking with average money, he still has that penis between his legs. He's still a cheater. He still just wanted sex, and he's still chasing other women. So she still got her heart broken. And then the ugly rich dude, same result. She dated him. He had, you know, she didn't want to be with him because he's freaking ugly and it was just hard to look at him, but he had all this money. So she went with him and said, okay, he's bankrolling my lifestyle. I might can get over that he got a beer belly. I might can get over that he looks like a gremlin. But found out his ass was cheating too, right? So women are really big at first on looks and loyalty. When women find out that most men are not loyal when it comes to sex at all, then they have to change their strategy. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because it was a guy on YouTube, I think he's MGTOW, he's a white guy now. He had a title of a video that says, average man, you're just out of luck. The dating market is screwed up for average men. So he talked about, now this was, like I said, a white guy. To me, he was above average. He was quite attractive to me, but his self-esteem, I guess, got messed up because he was at the gym. He said he went to the water fountain and a girl walked up behind him. She had on like name brand workout gear, a name brand workout bag and stuff. He said when he drunk from the fountain, when he stood up and he turned to look at her, she gave him a very disgusted look, like, ew, you're disgusting. And she was white too. And I guess it hurt his feelings, so he started saying she looked about 30 or 32, which in his opinion is hitting the wall. Which I want to say this real quick. I'm 33, so in their opinion, I'm hitting the wall. But see, men like to bring up age to try to make you feel like shit. But see, that's not going to work, ladies, because even though I'm 33, I look good. I'm still technically young in a sense. And I can get a man that's 55 who would drink my bath water. So I'm young to 50. I'm young to him. So I'm young to a 43-year-old man. You know what I'm saying? I'm 10 years younger than him. So just understand that when they try to, age shame you and say, oh, well, you hit the wall. What wall? If I get a man that's 15 to 20 years older than me, I'm like a newborn and him an infant. I mean, I'm clearly younger than him, and he's going to enjoy being with this younger woman. So this is their way of shaming. So this man got upset that she gave him a dirty look. So he started talking about, she looks about 30, but she still kept herself in shape. She's about to hit the wall. Well, it's not stopping her from getting what she wants, obviously. And she got your attention. So he said he was so distraught about this. He claimed she was only average and a little bit over average. He claimed he didn't want her. But yet, the whole time at the gym, he said he was watching her just to see what she liked. What does it matter what she liked? You said you didn't want her. You said she hit the wall, that she was between 30 and 32. And you said she was just a little bit over average. So if she hit the wall and she's only a little bit over average, why the fuck you care that she looked at you with a dirty look? Who cares about her? You don't want her, right? Wrong. They try to age shame you ladies to make you feel bad about yourself because you don't want they motherfucking ass. So just understand that. But anyway, he said he was stalking this woman at the gym, just watching her. He noticed that she went up to two type of men. The first guy was like a model looking dude, tall, muscular. She was all smiling at him because she wanted to fuck him. Excuse my language. Then the other dude was a dude that wasn't as attractive, but he had on like a Rolex watch or something. He had something on him that made her think he had money. So she was all up in his face. So then he realized, oh, us average men. So he considered himself average. First of all, this dude looked better than average, but he compared to the dude that she was smiling at, that dude might have looked better than him. So in his mind, he's only average compared to that dude. Why you compare yourself to him? I mean, okay, he looks better than you. Oh, fucking well. But this dude to me was above average. But now his self-esteem is ruined because he want to care about what a woman he don't want wants. So if she don't want you and you're mad, but, you want her to want you, but you don't want her back. See, that's some dumbass shit. So anyway, he was telling men, us average men, we don't have us average men and looks and average men and money, we don't, they don't want us and we don't have a chance and all that. This is what they have to understand. Unless they're going to go around and do two things, either get rid of this monetary system and or tell men who are halfway attractive to treat women with respect, and just overall tell men to treat women with respect, settle down, get married, or if they don't want to settle down and get married, let a woman know up front. If they're going to tell men to stop manipulating women to get them out of their pants and pumping and dumping them and leaving them with kids and all this shit, tell these men to stop beating on these women, trying to fuck up their self-esteem, and tell these men when they're married, have girlfriends, to stop cheating on their wives. Unless they're gonna globally tell this to men, then this is going to continue to happen. Women, once they, and the reason why, let me go back. This is going to continue to happen, okay? And what's going to continue to happen, you ask? What's going to continue to happen is women going to go after those two extremes. Because that's what it is. It's two extremes. You're going after a really, really handsome man that's broke. That's an extreme. And you're going after a really ugly man that's rich. That's an extreme. Women are doing this because both of those men have something they want. They're trying to combine them to make the perfect guy. So women want the really handsome, tall, muscular dude with the money of the ugly dude. So what they're doing is they probably will marry the really ugly one that's wealthy so you give her a nice lifestyle, and cheat with the real handsome one, but don't let the wealthy one know. You know, and then you might say that's wrong, but it's not, because the wealthy one, because he has money, he's going to be cheating on her with a mistress and mistresses or prostitutes. Because like I said earlier, no matter if the dude is really handsome, average, and ugly, whether the dude is really handsome and broke, average looks, average money, or but ugly and wealthy, they all just want sex. And they want it from multiple women, and they're very likely to cheat. So once women figured this out, it was time to make some adjustments. Now my next thing is, why do women make these adjustments in their 30s? Because he said this woman at the gym looked around 30. Because by 30 you have dated, you see what's out here, and you have gotten your heart broken probably 100 fucking times, and you figure out these dudes ain't shit. That's why. Now, are there some good men out here? Yes, there is. But see, the men, and I noticed that a kind of maybe in their late 30s that a decent looking, like, once a man figured out that he's handsome, it's like, this dude don't know how to act. Like, I remember a dude on YouTube I was like, oh, he seems really nice guy. And I remember he said, don't let this handsome face fool you. He said either don't let my pretty face fool you, or don't let my handsome face fool you. And that kind of turned me off, because okay, you handsome, you cool, but like, why you had to say that? Like, whenever a man got to talk about his looks, that's a feminine trait to me. That's just my opinion. That the same dude, he's very level-headed, but I also remember that he don't like dating gold diggers, because he's gotten better financially, but he's still not rich. So he doesn't like gold diggers, and I understand that. But see, once he get about, he's like 38. Once he get about 55 and 60, he probably gonna be singing a different tune, because he's not gonna look as good as he look now. He might have a beer belly, some gray hair and shit. And then I want to see him talking about, I don't like gold diggers, because what's gonna happen is when he turns 55 and 60, he gonna still like the women he like now. He gonna still think the women in their 20s and 30s are pretty. That's a fact. Okay, so the issue with men, these decent kind of men, it's like they don't really want to give up no money. They feel they don't have to, because they're cute or they handsome. And that's why women, you know, have decided, well, if I'm going to be getting my feelings hurt, I'm going to go after the most attractive man. I'm just going to have sex with him, because this man is for everybody. This is community dick right here. So I'm finna get what I want, call him for sex a couple times a week, once every 6 months, and that's what his job is going to be. That's what the pretty boy job is for. The tall, muscular one, that one that's broke, the personal trainer, that's what he's for, just for you to have sex with him now and then. You're not taking somebody like that serious. So women have figured that out. But the rich, ugly dude then figured out, okay, he's the one I want to marry, because he's going to give me this great lifestyle. Not too many other women going to want his ass. He's going to be more catering to me, because he knows he have to compensate for his looks. The dude that's average looking, because average looking still means cute, though, everybody. The average just means he's not a model, but he's still cute. An average looking dude can still have a lot of confidence and think he's the shit, but then he has average looks and average money and still think he's all that, because, you know, average looking dude is not ugly, though. So he can still get women, and see, that dude is, I feel, the worstest to date, because he's just in the middle. He not going to look no better. You know, I don't know. He can't really do about his facial structure. He could do better with his body, but he probably ain't gonna look no better, you know. And a lot of times they get complacent and they don't try to make more money, because they're able. Because think about average looking men. Most men are average looking, and most men we see have average money. So they can still get women looking average and having average money. So it ain't really no incentive for them to look better or make more money. But then they starting to see, well, hold on, I need to be extraordinary in certain ways to get what I want. Yes, sir. You can, if you do average things, you get average results. So you can't expect to look average and have average money and get an extraordinary woman. Now, is it fair that this woman gave him a dirty look when allegedly him and her was on the same look range? No, it wasn't. But I'm pretty sure she has experienced going after the pretty boy, him treating her like shit. She probably experienced going after the average dude, he treating her like shit and cheated. She probably experienced going after the ugly dude with money, he cheated. So what she's decided to do was say, fuck the dude in the middle. I'm going on the outskirts, on the outliners, and I'm going for the real handsome, tall, muscular one. I'm gonna have him blow my back out when I need some now and then, and then the filthy rich dude, I'm gonna put in some time with him, but he gotta be ugly, so he can worship me, not worship me, but he can think highly of me, take me on dates, because nobody needs to be worshipped, but think highly of me, admire me, take me on dates, treat me like a lady, and spend that money on me, and you know, he might not be loyal as far as with his where he put his penis at, but he loyal with his money and he loyal with his time and stuff like that. And even if he's not loyal with his penis, you wouldn't really care that much long as he was still giving you money because he's ugly. So you just like, I don't care who you fuck. Like, you kind of want to sleep with other women because you're like, I don't want to sleep with you. I just want you to give me your fucking money. So men might think this is harsh, but they have helped make women like this. When you sit there and you hear men in the barbershop talking about how they married, but they got 3 mistresses. When you see men, I know a dude that told me that his cousin, when he would meet a girl, she didn't have sex with him within 3 days. He stops calling her. So men are seeing other men. I remember I had an ex that said his brother picked up a girl in a car and she said she was on her period, and he said, get out, because he only wanted for sex. And this man has slept like 1,000 women. Like, when they see other men treat women in this fashion, and they brag about being playboys, and I've heard men say they heard dudes in a barbershop talking about women. They thought, I would never want you to ever meet my daughter because you're a piece of shit. They never chastise them. They never make it okay to be faithful. They never make it okay for a man to treat a woman like a lady and to be monogamous and to be a family man. They make it okay to be a playboy. They get him a pound on the back for being a womanizer. So until you men decide to change this culture of being a womanizer and playboys and dogging women out and walking out on kids, women are going to continue to go to the outliners. The outliner is the really muscular, tall, big penis, fine motherfucker. She's going to be fucking him, and then she's going to have the butt ugly, filthy, rich dude to fund her lifestyle. And most of you men are in the middle. You're average looking with average money. Like I said, average looking does not mean you're not ugly. You cute, but you don't like no model though. So, and your money is average. You're not rich at all, and you probably closer to poor than anything. So you're not gonna get the women that you truly want. You're gonna keep getting the pieces of shit until y'all decide to change this fucked up culture. The way that women are treated, it's gonna continue to happen.